Everybody, whatever you do, take your children out of public school. No matter if you have to eat beans. If you only earn a few bucks a week and you live in a shelter, take your kids out of public school, because that's where you lose them.
The findings are pretty clear. There is no significant difference between how well kids do, given their socioeconomic background, their family background, in private schools and in public schools.
Some kids like public schools better.
At public schools, like, there's not as many rules, and there's a lot more people to hang out with.
Other kids say private school is more of a challenge.
When you go to a public school, everything's easier.
I don't think just because you pay money for something makes it better.
To Bozeman High School in Bozeman, Montana.
Callan Gable High School in Portland, Oregon.
Nardin Academy in Buffalo, New York.
I went to Calvary Baptist Day School.
I went to Mount Tabor.
I went to Lafayette High School, Williamsburg, Virginia.
Pattersonville in Bel Air, Maryland.
I went to Brother Rice High School. It was an all-boys Catholic high school.
Festival Academy.
I went to New Trier Township High School in Winnetka, Illinois, just outside of Chicago.
I went to high school at Collège du Mans in Geneva, Switzerland. And for my senior year, I went to Dunlap High School in Illinois.
I went to high school at Westford Academy in Westford, Massachusetts.
Vero Beach High School in Vero Beach.
I went to University School in Nashville.
I went to Swain County High School.
Northern Vance High School in Henderson, North Carolina.
I went to St. Stephen's, St. Agnes.
I went to Swickley Academy, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Well, Swickley, Pennsylvania.
I went to Southern Vance High School in Henderson, North Carolina.
Spartanburg Day School.
It was public.
Private school in Winston-Salem.
Private school? It was private.
Private.
It's a public school.
Public.
It is a public school.
Public. The one in Switzerland was a private school, and the one in Illinois was public.
Private.
Public school.
A small private school with public private school.
And do you happen to know if the majority of students that are here currently went to public or private high schools?
It really varies across the board. I will say that, you know, we definitely go out to many different public schools, from here to California to Washington, and private schools as well. And so it's a good mix of students that we have. You know, with about 25% of the students coming from North Carolina, we do see a lot of public high schools as well. So the exact numbers, not too sure about, but definitely reaching out to a broad range of students.
2,000?
250 guys, 200 girls.
About 130.
About 250 kids.
An entire school, there were probably 200 in the high school.
2,000?
About 500. It was about 4,000 kids, and freshmen were on one campus. That was 1,000 kids, and then all upperclassmen were on another campus. That was about 3,000.
Probably about 500.
My class had 400, so about 1,600.
Yeah, about 1,000, being very, very, very generous.
I think there were 2,000.
With about 1,100 students. So.
About 200 grades, so 1,000.
About 700 students.
Let's say it was like 1,000.
There was like 300.
400 students.
About 1,000.
About 400, like 2,000.
About 1,400.
Not really.
It was about no. I think I counted like 10 African Americans and the rest were white boys.
I wouldn't say that.
We had a lot of diversity, but they didn't interact with each other very much.
No. Not at all. When I was there, we had one kid of African American descent. No, not really.
I want to say there were about 30% minorities. The rest is probably white. So yeah, I guess it's racially diverse.
I would say so, yeah.
Not in the least.
Yeah, it was about 50-50.
Yes. It was a big Asian American population, but other than that, mostly white.
Yeah, there was a good amount.
A little bit.
The minorities were the majority.
No.
my school in, actually, yeah, both of them were, but my school in Switzerland definitely was. There was like 140 different nationalities.
Yeah, there was some diversity.
No.
Yeah, I think it was about 50% white, which is pretty low for a public school or a private school in Nashville.
Absolutely not.
Diverse schools promote graduation and college attendance for all students. They undermine this intergenerational transmission of racial fears and hostilities. They promote cross-racial
How
friendship.
did you become interested in diversity in the academic setting?
Right, absolutely. I think we always, diversity on many different levels is very important to the collegiate experience. It definitely exposes a lot of people to many different ideas, many different values, and especially here at Wake Forest University, to where we are a liberal arts education, and so when students come in, they're interested in exploring many different topics, are interested in learning a lot of new things.
It wasn't a choice between a state school and private. I just liked Wake.
Oh, geez, that's a hard question.
I wanted a good education with the small student population. I felt like Wake Forest would offer that rather than going to a state school where I'd just be a number. So.
I chose to come here because it was a top 25 school and it was close to home, and I just heard good things about it, I guess.
I wanted another small school with a good education, and I wanted small classes.
Because I went to a private school all my life, and I don't know, I liked the small atmosphere of Wake.
Just because that's kind of what I've always done. I liked Wake, so.
I just wanted a smaller school, didn't want a huge state university.
I really like the small size. I don't know, I feel like Wake just had a lot more to offer than the other colleges that I was looking at.
Just because I wanted a smaller school.
I applied to both private and public schools.
Why did I choose a private college? It wasn't necessarily a private college, as Wake had everything I was looking for. As far as academics, I wanted Division I athletics without the huge university feel, and the location was a big deal for me. Probably quality of education, and I like Wake Forest.
I like the environment. I like the smaller classes. In high school, our classes were at least 30 students. Just mainly class size. That really drew me to private schools as opposed to public.
I just didn't really care. I just moved south.
I went to a private high school, so I just kind of wanted to continue with that type of education.
Because I went to a private high school, and this was a small school, and my private school was small, so it seemed like a good way to just go from one small school to another small school.
Because it was smaller than the other public schools I was looking at, and I like a smaller feel, and it is a better education.
Well, I like the small environment that my high school had, and like the personal level that you can get to with your teachers, as far as being able to see them.
I don't know, the whole private-public thing didn't really influence me. I actually didn't even think about that.
I didn't really choose it. I would have gone to public too, but I just chose Wake because it was the best option for me.
Just to get away, try something different. This is a big city for me, so.
Students who attend diverse schools are much more prepared to work in a globalized economy where they're going to deal with co-workers and customers and managers and colleagues, not only from their own community, but across the nation, across the world.
So for us, it's very important to make sure that we're going out to many different areas of the world, in fact, to reach many different students with different ideas and different thoughts all across the world.